Hello viewers, it's glad to know you're watching your program. It is Economic Insight and I'm your host, Paul Kingsley. Now, in continuation with the ongoing report we are doing on housing deficits in Nigeria, it is no longer news that in Nigeria today we are having over 17 million housing deficits. Now, with us on the program is a man who is contributing in no small way to the development of the housing sector. I'm talking of Abbysia Ango. He is the Group Managing Director, CEO of Abbysia Group. He's going to be giving us their own contribution, the challenges affecting owning a home in Nigeria today. It promised to be an interesting conversation. I'll be back after this time out. Thank you.
Since inception, Abbysia Group has distinguished itself to become one of the leading group of companies providing services in different sectors of the economy. The company was incorporated with the Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria on the 19th day of September 2007. Malam Habib Mustafa Ango is the Group Managing Director, CEO.
Abbysia Group is a group of companies comprising different companies. The company is made up of Abbysia Investment that deals in construction and real estate. We also have Abbysia Rice that is into agriculture. There is Abbysia Transportation, and also we are into rendering some services. The establishment of the Abbysia Group has been founded on the principles of providing job opportunities to teeming youths, and at the same time, arming ourselves with something to do.
Abbysia Group is highly equipped with a dynamic management and technical team with years of corporate and field experience that is well positioned financially and technically to undertake and execute any given task in its field of endeavors.
That is delivering a housing estate in Karsana and the estate of Garimfa here in Abuja. It was quite a huge project, about 35 hectares of land. It was a bit challenging, but by the grace of God, we were able to handle and deliver it on time. Yes. While actually the challenges are quite huge, they are enormous, and it depends on who you are asking. But they are more to do with sometimes government bureaucracy. And then, of course, funding is the major challenge developers are facing. Well, actually, there are many factors involved, and I will mention but few. One, as I've mentioned earlier, is the issue to do with bureaucracy. The Max Housing Program is well designed, but then, as I always mention, we always have challenges when it comes to implementation. So before you are being allocated a flood of land, it has some certain issues. And then another aspect that was not covered by the mass housing scheme is the funding. So even at the end of the day, by the time that you are able to deliver a low income housing scheme, but then an average worker or an average salary earner, how does he assess the funds to obtain or buy that house? That's the challenge. That's very challenging because it's not been backed off by any financial institution that will provide mortgage opportunity to all these low-income earners. So it's that's the most challenging aspect of it, actually. Actually, I don't need to say it. Everybody knows what is actually happening. The banks are not supporting mortgage. They don't. Why? Because most of the salaries, their remunerations, they are very low. So a situation whereby an average Nigerian receives about 50,000 per month as a salary. So then how much will the bank charge? So it will take them about 40, 50 years for them to cover. So these are some issues. But then I think what the government should do is to mandate to the central bank that these banks should allocate some certain percentage of their earnings to mortgage. So by doing that, I think it will at least mitigate to a large extent the challenges that is being faced today. I believe we have done a lot on our own fact, apart from delivering on the housing project, where we sacrifice a lot for the low-income Nigerian to own a house. Why? Because we gave a very long and flexible payment period. Okay. Yeah, usually it's supposed to last for 1 year, but there are instances that we gave up to 5 years. Yeah, because we are trying to encourage average Nigerians to own a home. Yes, so we really contributed a lot on that regard. No, I don't, honestly. Nigerians are very skillful. It's only the system sometimes that is what is at fault. Actually, most of Nigerians are very skillful, and I think you believe with me in that regard. Well, that has to do with lacking the right attitude. And this involves many factors. One of them is lack of sustainable policies, which is as a result of continuous change of government or chief executives. More so, you find that somebody started a project, then by the time that he is no longer there, then the person that succeed him would like to bring another project instead of continuing on that existing one. So of course, if that is not been checked or is not going to be checked, then we continue to be having abundant projects. So it's more like bureaucracy. Yeah, actually, I think somewhere in the early days of this present administration, there's been a move by the administration to kind of revisit the Procurement Act, whereby you understand the processes involved will be trimmed down to some certain, so that it will accommodate a lot of indigenous companies, and then it will be more realistic. Currently, the kind of procurement process we have is very discouraging. We have procurement usually lasts up to 6 months, which affects the capital implementation of projects. Well, actually, the programs are good, the policies are good, but the most challenging is the implementation. Because over the years, when you look at the agricultural sector, there is being run by some certain cartel. So even if the government is doing the right thing when it comes to the implementation, maybe you find them supplying fake farm inputs, fertilizers, seeds. So what the government should focus attention on, I think, there is the area of checkmating this cattle to make sure that they are delivering the right inputs. So when that is done, I think the program, I think they are okay, the policies are okay. The essence of government sometimes is just to provide policies, and then at the same time, as I have said earlier, I believe the government is really trying on that. The only challenge is, quite all right, because of the number of the farmers is quite huge. So all this effort cannot reach everybody at once. That's why when you look at it, there are a lot of private sector involvement in the farm. A lot of big conglomerates like Dangote, they are all into it. this Anchor Borrower Scheme by the by CBN is really contributing. But then, we are still in the early stage of this program. So sometimes it takes time before we start seeing the actual result. So I just will call on people to exercise a little bit patient. So, but I think putting the right program on the ground, I think at the end of the day, Nigeria will reach food sufficiency. But just that we just have to give or exercise a little bit patience. My advice to young Nigerians is to be enterprising. When I say enterprising, you don't have to have large amount of cash before you start doing something. Part of some of the projects we do handle. There was a project we handled at one of the Nigerian universities. So when we are handling that project, then I noticed some of the students were idle doing nothing. We encourage them. Okay, we need on-skill level. Why don't you come, partake in what we are doing, get some money, then at the end of the day, you have something to save for yourself. Just start doing something. By starting doing something, no matter how small, then with time, inshallah, you'll make it. So just to be enterprising, start doing something, no matter how small it is, something that feeds you an income. That's what is needed to be done, honestly. My name is Sabibu Mustafa Ango. I was born about 4 decades ago. I lost my father when I was about 2 weeks old. I was raised by a wonderful mom, married. I have 4 lovely kids with a caring wife, and then I'm an entrepreneur. So that's where I am.
Interesting. Yes. Well, it's a fine place to leave it. We must say a very big thank you, sir, for your time, your contribution on the program. Out of your busy schedule, you still make out time to be with us. We really appreciate your time on the program. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. Well done, sir.
Yes, you're welcome.